Let's take it back. Let's take it back. Let's take it back. Let's take it back. Put your ones in the sky. Everybody say war. This is how we do it when we out on tour.
Well, this is where we begin our midterm blues road trip, traveling the stretch of America with the richest music history, but looking at some of the biggest issues facing this country today. And we start in the city of St. Louis with what they're calling hip-hop resistance.
What? 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 Hold on, man.
It's all part of the continued reaction to the shooting dead by police here of the black teenager Michael Brown.
It's a shame that we have to actually say something as simple and basic as that. Black lives matter. White lives matter. Everybody's lives matter. But white parents are not watching their children be shot down by the police in the street. So it needs to be stated.
In some of the protests in the last few days, there were some young African-American men who were even burning the stars and stripes. Can you understand that feeling?
Whether or not a young black man burns a flag because he doesn't feel a part of the country, the fact is that his ancestors built this country.
A giant can't slumber forever. You gotta get your cheddar wherever.
He's a part of this country, whether he burns a flag or not. And it's that frustration of knowing that you're a part of something that shuts you out and shuts you down and attempts to treat you like you don't exist.
In the city concentration camps.
The blues used to be the way that people used to express themselves. Do you think hip-hop has taken that mantle now?
Definitely, hip-hop comes from the blues. Both forms of music are genres where the people don't have much materialistically in the initial start of it. So people had to find a way to be creative and make something out of nothing. Like what you see happening now today, people are starting to realize that it's also important to keep, that dialogue of what's really happening in our music.
And music has played a part in what remain almost daily confrontations with the police over a broader matter many African Americans here say has plagued them for decades. Well, for these people gathered late into the night in Ferguson, there's only really one main issue, and that is that black lives matter just as much as white ones here in the United States, something a lot of these people don't feel is the case as it stands, and that's why they're here still to confront the police who are in their many lines here with their riot gear 2 months after the killing of Michael Brown. You have come from Atlanta to be here. Why?
We're seeing the same level of violence in our communities all over the United States. The level of state violence is ridiculous. Our communities are over-policed, hyper-policed. Our people are being criminalized.
The election's coming up. Some people said that African Americans themselves in some way were to blame because they don't vote in the same numbers that other parts of society do. What do you think about that?
I think that voting is one solution, but I think it's a distraction and a mistake to pretend that voting is going to solve all your problems. We have a black president. He's a liberal guy. Doesn't change the fact that Mike Brown was murdered in the street. But anyone who tells you that voting will solve all your problems you need to be suspicious of them.
Fuck the people in mind, stay clean in the side. Put your hands on the sky, put your fist up. Rest in peace, Mike Brown.